Good morning. The body cam footage has been released from the police department on the Carmelo Anthony Austin Metcalf case. You can see the police officer go up to it. Just go on social media and search it up. I don't need to edit things in here and show you a bunch of stuff. Just go look for yourself. You'll find it. I don't need to do that homework for you. The police officer goes up, arrests him, puts him in cuffs, and he openly admits that he's not the alleged one that did it. He did do it. And then after they go to walk away, as he's taking him to where he needs to go, he starts saying, he put his hands on me. He put his hands on me, as he's crying and whimpering. He didn't say they. He didn't say a group of people. And even the video footage from the stands, from like the call out, the announcer booth, tracked the coming in from the side fence, the side entrance area, all along the stairs. It shows Carmelo coming in from the center bleacher entrance area and making a left and going towards the tent, like he already knew exactly where he was going to go. He didn't even try to go find another place to go. He just went there. Austin Metcalf and his brother went to that tent as well. They all went up underneath that tent. There was some words exchanged by multiple people there. The 911 call was a friend of Austin that called in and said, "My friend just got stabbed. He's bleeding out all over the place." And then when they asked for a description, he said, "I don't know who the guy is. It's just this black kid that was here that did this, and he's out here on the track. I don't know who he is. He just stabbed my friend. He's bleeding out. He's here on the track." More than a dozen people, 15 people or so, asked him to leave. He wouldn't leave. Austin Metcalf shows up at the tent. The star football player supposedly was helping work that track event that day, was going to help, organize and direct people where to go and stuff like that, or whatever you will. So this is somebody that people look up to. Hey man, just get out of here. Get out of here. Even if there was a shove, even if there was a shove, like, hey, go, get out of here. Go. There was no warrant for him to pull out a weapon and stab him in the heart. There was no warrant for a weapon at all. And when you watch the bleacher video, no matter what clarity you find or where you see an altercation back and forth. You see somebody lunge forward, and then you see a gray hoodie pop out the back, which is Carmelo Anthony, and then take off running. And then everybody disperses. But it was a one-on-one altercation. There was no group of people jumping him. So all of those black people that watched the video that they asked for basic evidence to, they asked for, they had petitioned the court to actually watch the video footage ahead of time. They all lied. All those people that said, oh yeah, he was getting jumped, there was 2 and 3 and 4 people jumping him and beating on him and stuff like that, and then he just did what he had to do to defend himself. All of them lied. All of them. It's clear as day they all lied. It was a group of people sitting under this small tent trying to fit underneath it, and there wasn't enough room for everybody, and there was a kid there that nobody else knew that they didn't want there, and they were asking him to leave, and he wouldn't leave, and he was exchanging words, fuck you, make me leave, come find out, hand in the bag, I got something for you, come find out what I got for you and stuff. Premeditated. And antagonizing it, not innocent by any means, was looking for a problem, was ready to react with a weapon that supposedly he had been previously in trouble for. Now, here we have a situation where there's somebody looking for a problem, doesn't want to leave. You've got over a dozen people asking you to leave, to get out of this area where they don't want you. Common sense would say, I'm probably not safe here. These people don't want me here. Everybody that's under this tent almost doesn't want me here. I probably should go somewhere else because I'm not wanted here. This is probably not a safe space for me. Regardless if it's your right or not, you should be protecting your well-being and your life in general, your health. In a space like that, and you're not wanted, common sense is a motherfucker. Your testosterone and bravado and your ego and stuff shouldn't be number one. Your safety should be number one. And that's a place that I wouldn't feel safe as a young black man with a bunch of white people around me asking me to leave and not be here. They don't know me. And then with me having my attitude and a weapon and stuff on me that I know I shouldn't have, that I'm not supposed to have, that's not legal for me to have on school grounds as a student, I'm looking for a problem at this point when I'm not leaving and I'm not retreating and I'm not trying to actually self-defend myself. You didn't try to fight back. You didn't try to respond with equal or lesser force. You decided to escalate to a weapon when there was no weapon used against you other than a push. It's clear as day. 911 calls, the video footage of the shove under the tent, that he wasn't getting surrounded, he wasn't getting beat up. These people that early came on, that was probably paid to come and give these interviews, the 3 or 4 black people, ironically all black, that made up these lies about him getting jumped and surrounded and stuff like that. There was just fucking blatant lies. It's clear as day. And watch, the black community, the ignorant, what I call the ignorant black community, is going to support them. The ignorant black community is going to follow behind them and say, oh, it doesn't matter, YT, we're sticking behind our boy no matter what, murder or not, he's innocent. It's the ignorant shit. That's the fucking hood rat, ratchet fucking ignorant shit where people that are non-productive members of society we just clearly don't fucking need. We need to start holding people accountable. Yes, Austin shouldn't have put his hands on him. He should have went and got help. But it doesn't fucking warrant taking somebody's life because you're a fucking piece of shit kid that's trying to make a name for yourself. I'm sorry. At the end of the day, this just gets me fired up more and more because of how many people are standing up for somebody that either wasn't raised correctly, was trying to fucking stand up. Maybe he wasn't a piece of shit. I apologize. I'm wrong for that. I'm getting worked up right now. I shouldn't have said that. I actually feel like an asshole for saying that. I gotta think, when I was 17, 18 years old, and I had testosterone built up inside me, and I'm, put under pressure around a lot of other people. Either I retreat and look like a coward, or I stand up for myself. And even if I was wrong, what I have done, and thinking back in a situation like that, being bullied and stuff like I was at one time until I got bigger than everybody else, and then I wasn't bullied anymore. I wouldn't have used a weapon. I would have left, but I probably would have had some choice words and things to say in the process and not just retreated with my tail between my legs, but I wouldn't have stayed. I was a little smarter than that. So I apologize. I should not have said that. I'm not going to edit that out of the video. I'm a human being too. That was wrong for me to say. He's not a piece of shit kid. That's the emotional side of my intelligence speaking that shouldn't have filtered through, because that was a little weakness point that I try not to show sometimes, because emotional intelligence is very, very important when you talk about these situations, or having emotional intelligence and strength is very important when you're dealing with these types of situations. And every once in a while my weak point may leak through, and I try not to let it. And that was a clear point where I definitely apologize. Supposedly he did come from a very well-off middle-class family. Father and mother nucleus, family nucleus was very good. Academic scholar, just overall very good kid. Supposedly the shit that we see online with him with the guns and everything else is all AI generated. You're going to see videos with 50 Cent now saying that he's going to pay all his legal fees to make sure that he gets out of prison and stuff like that, yada, yada, yada. That's all AI generated bullshit. A lot of these celebrities know to stay out of this stuff because this is such a hot topic right now. It could ruin their career. So anything that you see like that, it's AI generated. Anything you see with the judge or the prosecution or the defense in videos with families and conflict of interest and all that, 9 times out of 10 is all AI generated. People are so good at that now. It's just look past that. Again, I apologize for saying he's a piece of shit kid, because I don't know that. I'm mad that he has now ruined his life and taken the life of another student that made a poor choice by putting his hands on him. It didn't warrant the attack. It didn't warrant, him putting his hands on him. It didn't. This whole situation should have been 2 kids that made better choices. But let's face it, at the end of the day, it was 2 teenagers under a tent with testosterone flaring, with one teenager that had a group of people behind him as a support, and then the other teenager that had no support at all, that either should have chose to leave the situation, the smart choice, and get out of it and protect himself, because it did not look good and the odds were stacked against him heavily, or fight and be an asshole and probably get his ass beat. But instead, he chose to stay and provoke the situation and run his mouth, according to what was said, the negative things, the fuck you, come find out, all of the stuff that he was saying that people were recountering. It's a sad situation overall, but clearly seeing the video footage, He wasn't getting jumped like these people said in the interview. These 3 or 4 black interviewers were completely fucking lying. I'm wondering if they got paid to lie. It was a shove. It looked more like a shove, not a push. It did look like he pushed him pretty hard. It wasn't just like a, hey, come on, let's go. It was more like a, come on, man, get out of here, like a quick push. So to say it was light, I don't think it was light. It didn't look like it was light. It looked like he shoved him. Like he really did shove him. Like, get the fuck out of here, kind of thing. Go, get out of here. So I think there was some intention there on Austin's part with, like, you're running your mouth to us and now you're being Billy Badass and now you're reaching inside your bag and stuff like you're going to fucking hurt somebody. Get the fuck out of here. Go. So I think he needs to do the time. He needs to do the 35 years. That's the fact of the matter is he killed somebody. And he needs to pay the consequence for that. Because the other guy can't come back from that. He's dead. He's gone. The family's life is it's going to be devastated. Their life has changed for the rest of their life. So is his family. At least he'll get to live a large portion of his life out being free. He's got to do the time. There's no ands, ifs, or buts about this. And then there's a bunch of black people online, advocates for him, I call, from the ignorant community, that come forward and like, oh, the video footage is out. You hear how he said they attacked him, they attacked him, they attacked him. That is not what he said to the police officers in the body cam. He said he put his hands on me. Clearly, articulately, audibly, he put his hands on me. He did not say they. He didn't say anything about anybody else other than he. So they're fucking lying. A lot of these social media influencers are doing it just to support some kind of bullshit narrative that they're lying about. And it's bullshit. So a lot of the stuff you see out there from the black community, the ignorant activists, the ignorant, social media influencers, they're lying about it just to support some type of bullshit narrative that shouldn't be supportive. It should be called out. He needs to do the time. He did the crime. Austin's dead for putting his hands on him. He fucked around and he found out. It didn't warrant somebody's death. Austin should have known better to put his hands on him. We all know this. We're saying everybody's accountable across the board here. Death was not the accountability that should have been put in play here. If anything, I wish that KARMELLO would have beat his ass instead of stabbing him. That would have been the accountability that I would have looked for. That would have been the accountability that I could have got behind. Is like, okay, he didn't leave, but why didn't you go get the resource officer? If you pushed him and then KARMELLO jumped on you and stomped your shit, I would have been 100% behind him, being like, fuck yeah. You don't put your hands on somebody else, now you got your ass whooped. You tried to do something, and you physically found out in a physical fashion back that somebody else is better than you. Instead, he pulled out a weapon when there was no weapon present at all. There was no sight or no indication of threat other than physical altercation, and you resulted to taking somebody else's life. You got to pay the crime for that. That's the time that you got to do. Your 35 years is what you got to do. And the bullshit narrative about there being no black people on, and still it doesn't matter because Muslim people and Asian people and Hispanic people can still identify as white. So there is a narrative there. There is a legit narrative there because they weren't black complected and they don't go through the same social struggles as everybody. Shut the fuck up, man. Seriously. Miss me with the pick me fucking narrative bullshit where it's like, oh, you gotta fucking be sad for me and mad for me and give me and pass me. Shut the fuck up. It's like no matter what, there's one in every crowd that has an answer for why it should be woe is me. Fucking do your time. Answer for your bullshit. You fucked up. That's it. It's what it comes down to. Holy shit. When does this shit end, man? Clear as day that he's fucking guilty now. Clear as fucking day he's guilty. Now these people are like, oh, it's clear that they jumped him and he said that they put their hands on it. No, that is not what fucking happened. Go on social media, search up the body cam footage for Austin Metcalf and Carmelo Anthony. Search up the announcer video footage for Carmelo Anthony, and you'll see that it is not that fucking clear cut. That you can't see. It's kind of a little bit of a grainy footage, but you can see the altercation between the two. You can see one push the other kind of hard. and you can see the jolt back with an object, and then somebody pop out the back of the tent in a gray hoodie, and it's Carmelo running away. That you can identify. That you can see. It's a one-on-one type situation. That you can see. Everybody else disperses because nobody else is involved in it. It's just a one-on-one type deal. So all that bullshit the ignorant black community has brought up is all fucking fake news. That's shit that was just supposed to support their bullshit narrative on why their homeboy needs to be free and get, you know, self-defense and instead of being murder charges. And then the whole thing where he says they put their hands on me, that they're claiming, that is not what was said at all. He said he put his hands on me. And that's it. There should be no other discussion about this. All right, I'm going to start my day. Y'all be blessed. Have a great day. I've got some, I got to change the cup holder assembly out in a 2014 Cherokee where the whole center console's got to come apart, I think. And I'm trying to find some tools this morning, and I can't find the right tools that I need up here in Wisconsin. So y'all be blessed. Take care. And that's my update on the whole Carmelo Anthony thing. He's still guilty. Clear as day. He's still guilty. He's got to do his time. He'll be out in 17. Take that lick, motherfucker. I'm just, you know what I mean. I'm not telling he's a motherfucker. I'm just saying in general. Take that lick, motherfucker. You did the crime. You do the time. That's just how it is. Maybe this turns him into a career criminal. I don't know. I don't know at this point. But I'm hoping he learns from this. He doesn't put his hands on anybody else. He doesn't try to react this way. And I hope other people out there realize you cannot ask people and tell people to do stuff and physically put your hands on them and not expect to get some kind of repercussion for that. They both found out. One, the ultimate find out, and the other one, kind of the ultimate find out as well. There's consequences for everything. And both are bad. Extremely bad. Lives ruined. I love y'all. Be blessed. Keep your hands to yourself unless you absolutely have to defend yourself. And then if you have to defend yourself, put them down. Put them down.
I think he was analyzing.
Memorial tent over there, guys. All right.
He put his hands on me. I told him not to. He put his hands on me.